Hey guys. Welcome back to my channel HZR Services. Today we discuss about a content writing in the video, which helps you make money online. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Do you want to learn how to start content writing? Content is as important as your website's design and aesthetics because it drives search engine results, increases traffic to your page, and establishes your organization as an industry leader. And in today's content marketplace, both quality and quantity determine your ability to leverage content for business results. That's where the professional content writers at Walker Sands come in. Our experienced copywriters have an in-depth knowledge of B2B and technology topics and products, and the skill to compose well-written copy, effective SEO pages, blog posts, and other digital content. Writing content is a dream work for many people. Some write newspaper content or articles, and others become successful authors like Jeffrey Archer. But, no matter how much efforts you put in, some writers are better than others. What makes these writers good at their work is the difference between how they research and function. In this digital era, where there are numerous content websites online, only writing what is on your mind is not enough. Pairing your exceptional talent with the right way of processing it is what makes your writing remarkably good. He believes that 4 out of 5 content pieces fail because there is a lack of imagination. Further, the lack of research leads to an unsteady depiction of the central idea in content. Writing content has never been a cakewalk. There are some things that successful writers do differently. Let's step into their shoes and see how to start content writing. But, before that, let us know what content writing is. Content writing is drafting content to communicate a message to the target audience. In simple terms, when you look for available content writer jobs, you will have to research and write blogs, web content, scripts for videos and podcasts, text posts, etc. Thus, by now, you are clear with who is a content writer? Now, let's dive into know how to become a content writer. How to start content writing. Whether you are writing blog posts, website articles, web content, or books, the following tips will help you organize your enhanced output work. Learn content writing with a stepwise procedure. 1. Content writing involves a lot of research. To keep new content ideas flowing, you need to enter the research zone often. Research shouldn't be directly followed by writing and planning. Take a moment. As soon as you find the idea, you are going to write about it, research more. But now, specifically on this topic, make Evernote or any other notepad you best made, and keep writing critical points about the idea. You will always have reference pages to look up to. But the thoughts of how you will proceed with a content piece need to be written down. Bottom of form. 2 skills of a content writer. Getting into someone else's shoes and willing to write in a precisely similar style is not how you start content writing. During your work period, you will come across many writers who may have a unique style. You can take inspiration from their style, but you don't have to copy the style. Since every person is different and has a unique personality, they should have a varied writing style. He has a unique style of writing, and he can make even complex concepts seem more effortless. With that being said, the writing style is the identity of a writer. Many people know Neil Patel not because of what he writes but how he writes it. Every writer needs that uniqueness in their work to learn how to start content writing online. 3. Stick to the point. Every piece of content is written for one single topic. Stick to this point and avoid wandering to different issues. Of course, it is okay to discuss a little about related things. But make sure that you don't mix other ideas in one content piece. It will break the user's flow of reading. For instance, if you are talking about how to start content writing for your business, then you can give some hint of sharing it on Facebook or Instagram for enhanced reach. But that is all. Don't dive into Instagram marketing. Many authors believe that when you start editing your content piece, One round of edits should be dedicated to eliminating points that don't align with the topic. You should remove every sentence and word that doesn't go with the matter. For the creative perspective of content writing. If you are writing a content piece, which is already on the internet, what difference are you making? This is not how you start content writing online. Every content has three major factors involved: topic, idea, and view. Simultaneously, the topic and idea are already decided because before starting the content, as you know what you are going to write on. But, the view matters. Giving a new makeover to your content piece is what makes your article or blog different from others. That unique angle is necessary to gain a dedicated audience. 5. A content writer should create a killer title and first paragraph. Forming a killer headline is another significant part of how to start content writing. Think of it this way. You are randomly scrolling your Facebook profile. You come across an article that reads Introduction on how to start content writing. Then, you come across another article that reads 7 amazing tips to start content writing now, or 6 unique tips for making a career in content writing. Both articles may contain the same type of knowledge and content, but the latter seems more interesting. Similarly, your users will decide whether they want to read the full content or not just by the first para. Hence, both the headline and the first paragraph should be the best part of your content. 6. A content writer shouldn't exaggerate and keep it simple. A lot of things and essential aspects of how to start content writing are hidden under this point. Let's see what these are. Most people may not be able to understand your complex sentence structure and vocabulary. When you write, keep your audience in mind and keep the content simple in terms of words. Even a child should be able to understand what you are trying to convey. When you deliver news on a topic, don't stretch the truth and give it a new definition. Let the fact remain that way. Changing and exaggerating the truth can make you seem as unreliable. If you are writing for beginners, start your content by explaining everything, like you would explain to a layperson. But, if people who already know about the topic are involved, keep it more informational. Write plainly. This means keep paragraphs short, sentences neat, and words readable. 7. A detailed proofreading of the content. Not editing your content nicely can harm your audience. No one is going to read content that has errors. Follow this approach. The first round of edit should be to eliminate and change sentences that don't match the content's flow. Also, remove the sentences not in line with the topic. The second round of edit should focus on removing spelling, grammatical, and punctuation errors. The third round is for reading. Finally, look at your draft to ensure everything seems good. Hopefully, this video must have given you insights on how to write content, along with some content writing tips for beginners. Additional points to remember. If your writing talent is paired with the correct approach, there's nothing that can stop you from becoming a successful writer. Here are some additional tips on how to start content writing. 1. How does a content writer select a niche? No doubt, many writers are multitaskers, and they can write on anything from healthcare to marketing. But, when you are just starting, picking a specific area of interest is best. If you know digital marketing through and through, that means you already have half knowledge of how to start content writing in that area. It is easier to start this way and then expand your arena. 2. What are the types of content writing? Imagine you get a great opportunity, but you can't take it because you don't know how to write in that style. Every writing style is different from others, but a writer needs to know about all these styles. Many writers don't do a particular type of work willingly because they lack interest in that area. But, knowing different styles is necessary. It is essential to understand how to write an ad copy, blog post, article, website copy, guest post, newspaper copy, or ebook. Bottom of form. Content writing tips for beginners. If you have never tried writing anything before, but are willing to know how to write content or become a freelance writer, Here are some specific content writing tips for beginners. 1. Headline is important. As already discussed, the headline of the content should be given utmost importance. Beginners should specifically take care of how they frame the heading. The easiest way is to check related articles and see how the title is curated. 2. Deliver value through your content. The content should be valuable. Your audience should be able to take away something from the content piece. Become a storyteller and make everything as attractive as possible. But, you have to keep your audience in mind. If you are writing for youngsters, then write more engaging, catchy content. For business professionals and CEOs, the content should be formal and to the point. 3. A conclusion to remember. Conclude with a powerful note. Let the end thought linger in the minds of your users. The key is to cover what you have explained in the article but still leave an impression on your reader. Learn content writing and become a successful content writer. Ponder upon the feedback. Not many people will tell you to take feedback seriously. However, there is no better way to improve your writing than paying attention to the critics to begin your journey of knowing how to start content writing online. Sometimes, people exaggerate just to bring you down. But, when your client gives negative feedback, check what you are doing wrong. Take help from fellow writers to know how to write content and get to the core of the issue. If you want to learn how to start content writing and how to become a freelance writer, then start paying attention to what your users and clients have to say about your work. Effective content writing. Although there is no secret formula for writing high-quality content, these are several tips that can help improve the quality and quantity of your written material. 1. Write a head-turning headline. The headline determines whether audiences will read the rest of your work. If the headline doesn't spark interest, stir an emotion, or make the reader want to learn more about the topic, you simply won't achieve your content's desired results. Walker Sands professional copywriting services take the guesswork out of generating effective headlines using proven techniques and traffic-driving strategies. 2. Create a hook that grabs their attention. You have 3 seconds to keep readers hooked after the headline. The first sentence also plays a role in determining whether they read the rest of your content. As a result, it should capture the reader's attention and smoothly lead them to your first point. 3. Do your research. You must have extensive knowledge of the topic you're writing about, especially in the B2B market. Include statistics, data, and metrics to establish credibility and support your claims. 4. Focus on a single purpose. You should identify at least one key message you'd like to convey before you create your content. Keep this in mind when writing and tie your content back to the main point as much as possible. 5. Write in a unique voice. The content you publish is the voice of your company, and it should be unique to your company's personality. It's essential to align your writing tone to your target audience, business goals, and brand persona. 6. Optimize digital content. The best digital content often consists of short paragraphs, short sentences, and bulleted lists. Digital content should also be optimized for search using SEO best practices and the latest SEO content strategies. 7. Edit your work. After you have created the first draft, go back and consider how you might polish your writing's rough edges. In most cases, writing improves as it goes through a round or 2 edits even when experienced content creators have drafted it. Effective content writing is critical in turning site visitors into satisfied customers. It's not just about getting content out there, it's also essential to produce high-quality content. Search engines crawl website content and reward websites with well-written articles by ranking them higher in search results. Are you getting the results you want from your content writing? Walker Sands provides top-notch content marketing services to help you reach target customers, generate more leads and amplify your reach. You don't have to be a professional to know what good content writing looks like. If you've ever searched for something on Google and found a page that's been helpful, congratulations, you've experienced good content writing. But here's the thing, if you're here, you're not just looking to write good copy, you want to write excellent copy. While excellent content writing certainly gets clicks, and keeps people on your page, it has the power to do so much more. Good copy answers someone's question. Excellent document answers their problem and a few they didn't even know they had. Ultimately, the best content doesn't just get people to click, it gets people to trust you. That trust inevitably leads to more shares, more backlinks, and more sales. Why should entrepreneurs learn content writing? Good content writing is your best employee. A Salesforce/PAR survey found that consumers consider trust in a company's content to be 3x more important than faith in the brand's actual employees. 97% of the same survey respondents also said that lousy content negatively affected their trust in a brand. You don't want hours of researching and writing content to go to waste. You want ROI. Bookmark this list of content writing tips and keep it handy anytime you create content for the web. 23 Content Writing Tips. 1. Always start with keyword research for SEO. 2. Keyword stuffing is never okay. 3. Drive toward powerful calls to action. 4. Email vs email, internet vs internet and other style debates. 5. Always hyperlink to your sources. 6. Make the reader feel something. 7. Keep the action in your content writing. 8. When writing for the web, chop it up. 9. Update your links. 10. Invest in a good SEO suite. 11. Don't forget SEO best practices. 12. Give your readers a reason to care from the first sentence. 13. Paint a picture. 14. Do's and don'ts vs do's and don'ts, which is correct? 15. If you're not sure, look it up. 16. Dictionary.com is your friend, so visit the site often. 17. Don't call a banana an elongated yellow fruit. 18. Revamp posts for maximum value. 19. Website vs website. 20. Keep the reading level low. 21. Provide added value. 22. Never self-edit your work, at least, not right away. 23. Level up your skills with online content writing and SEO training. Good content writing begins with keyword research. Before you even start to write content, you need to know what you're writing about. And you can kill two birds with one stone if you combine search engine optimization with your editorial calendar planning. Keyword research tells you what topics Google, and your target audience, finds relevant. It illuminates your competitors' content strategy and highlights the strengths and weaknesses of your own. And it allows you to optimize individual articles and your content strategy as a whole to bring in more traffic. The ROI is unbeatable. TCF's site generates over $400,000 worth of organic traffic each year. As in, we'd have to spend more than $400,000 in AdWords to get the same number of site visits. And all it takes is a bit extra research time and occasional tweaks to update the content and keyword targeting. 1. Keyword stuffing is never okay. Keywords are a means to make your content valuable, readable, and search-friendly. But when you start cramming in keywords, it does the exact opposite. A web page stuffed with keywords looks dubious and untrustworthy to both Google and human readers. Your conversion rate and SERPs rankings go down, along with your page views. Readers start to see it as a low-quality page and bounce quickly, and over time search engines slap down your domain. Search engines are intelligent these days. You don't have to work in grammatically incorrect keyword phrase just because searchers use them. You don't need to work in every conceivable variation of a search term for Google to understand what your page is about. 1. Drive toward powerful calls to action, CTAs. What do you want readers to do with the content you create? If your only answer is, well, read it, I guess, you need to go back to the drawing board. Before you even start writing a blog post, you need to know what your call to action will be. And you need to make it compelling enough that readers can't help but click. That's how you connect content writing to marketing goals and prove ROI. Which calls to action should businesses use in their content? Here are some examples of calls to action you can incorporate in just about any blog post or landing page. Desired user action, download resource. Desired user action, subscribe to the newsletter. Desired user action, get a demo. Desired user action, share content on social media. Know somebody who could use these tips? Desired user action, make a purchase. When writing calls to action, put yourself in the reader's shoes. What would it take for a company you've never heard of to convince you to do something? Even something as simple as sharing the article with a friend. Now, connect it to your goals. How can you craft a CTA and content specific to your company's marketing and sales KPIs that persuades readers to take action? 1. Email vs email, internet vs the internet and other style debates. Language constantly changes, and web writers need to be hip to the trends to appeal to modern audiences. For example, many organizations would never use the singular, gender-neutral they as recently as the early 2000s. Now, the only language authorities that make you write out he or she are middle school English teachers. Similarly, email was considered the correct term for a long time by foremost authorities like the AP and the New York Times, but one by one, they gave in. The same goes for the lowercase internet. Some people still treat it as a proper noun, but none works as editors in The Guardian, The Economist, or the BBC. The bottom line is, whatever your language pet peeves are, your online writing is for your audience, not for you. Play it safe by following the AP's conventions or another respected style guide or creating your house style guide that adheres to modern usage rules. Be consistent, and be trendy. 1. Always hyperlink to your sources. When you reference another website's content, make sure you hyperlink back to that site. It's good internet etiquette, and you'd want the same courtesy. Always cite your sources, even if you're afraid it'll send your web traffic to another site. And you can always choose the open link in another window option if you're that concerned about keeping your traffic. Besides being the right thing to do, citations can also help you get backlinks. The sites you link to will frequently see your effort and thank you for it with a reciprocal link or quote. Read 14 ways to get backlinks for more information on effective linking strategy. 1. Make the reader feel something. There are a lot of factors that go into viral content. Promotion is a huge factor, and brand identity, timing, and plain luck all play a role. But almost all viral writing shares one thing in common: emotional impact. In a recent article, HubSpot interviewed 3 different marketing experts on why content goes viral. Although each emphasized various factors, all 3 emphasized the importance of creating web content that evokes an emotional response in the reader. Megan Conley, content marketing strategist at HubSpot, put it this way: "We all have opinions on what types of content go viral: a soundless social video, a data-backed explainer, a perfectly timed news jack. But no matter the format, it ultimately comes down to emotion. Does the story make you feel enraged, inspired, understood? With everything you create, you have to ask, if this scrolled by on my news feed, would I care? If the answer is no, it's not worth it." Your online content habits are your own best judge. So the next time you're crafting a piece of ad copy or web writing, ask yourself, what's good about this story? How can I give this more emotional impact? Find it, and you might just have viral website content on your hands. 1. Keep the action in your content writing. Writing for the web should be powerful, direct, and punchy. To do that, your sentence structure, word choice, and style need to emphasize action. For example, let's take the standard writing tip: don't use the passive voice. The passive voice happens when you switch the subject and object in a sentence. Instead of "the lion attacked the village," you have "the village was attacked by a lion." Notice how the second sentence is somehow less exciting, even though it contains a killer lion. That's because the active voice emphasizes the action with the lion attacked. In the passive voice, the village is the subject. The agent, the lion that acted, is only mentioned afterwards using the prepositional phrase "by the lion." It's almost an afterthought. As a web content writer, You should also use unique and exciting verbs to impact the reader. Try swapping out sales climbed for sales rocketed. Instead of we cut costs, try we slashed costs. Finally, remember to vary your sentence style. Try using short, simple sentences to get attention, then longer, more complex ones to flesh out ideas. Use exciting verbs to highlight necessary actions, then more conventional ones for variety. Even passive voice has a place sometimes, for example, to share background information or highlight whom a particular activity affected. These small changes won't add to your word count, but they will make your content writing more exciting and engaging. 1. When writing for the web, chop it up. If you're writing the next great American novel, it's okay to end paragraphs when pauses seem natural. Writing for the web, however, is a whole different world. Attention spans online are a lot shorter than they are in Oprah's book club, and your paragraphs need to reflect that. Put simply, keep it short. A 5-line paragraph is excellent, but a 3-line paragraph is even better. Content kings like Derek Halpern even let single sentences fly solo. Don't worry if an idea doesn't seem to be fully complete before hitting that enter key. Err on the side of short paragraphs and chop it up. 1. Update your links. Most website content writers know the importance of internal links. Linking to other pages on your site boosts SEO, gives readers helpful info, and increases page views and time on site. However, it's not enough. You need to revisit older posts and pages to update them with new links. This boosts your search results, makes your pages more useful and relevant to users, and helps your content stays fresh. It's just one part of revamping older, evergreen content to improve SEO. 1. Invest in a good SEO suite. You can do SEO keyword analysis with nothing but a Google spreadsheet and some free tools. But there's a lot of data to crunch. And digging through all the keywords and traffic data makes it easy to get lost in the analytics. Not all SEO suites solve the problem. Some bombard you with too much data without providing the tools you need to sort through it and tweak your content strategy. Other SEO tools break everything down into their proprietary system without giving you enough data to draw your conclusions. And when they get it wrong, you'll have no way of knowing until your traffic starts to crash. One SEO tool that gets the balance right is SEMrush. We're such fans, we've even become an affiliate. With SEMrush, you're given many data, but all of that data is easy to understand, and even easier to export if you need to analyze it in another program. Seriously, take a look at this screenshot. All of the vital analytics are displayed in front of you: what keywords you're ranking for, how many backlinks you have, what your competition looks like, and the total ad value of your keywords. Even if you're new to SEO content writing, it's quick and easy to learn. Likewise, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty of keyword research, SEMrush makes it easy to parse data. You can sort keywords by standard metrics like CPC or search volume. Find related keywords, compare competitors, or narrow in on a specific subdomain of your site. Whether you're trying to build out a new blog for your brand, audit your whole site, or zero in on your competitor's strategy, it's an invaluable tool. If you're interested in trying SEMrush out. 1. Don't forget SEO best practices. Repeating your targeted keywords a couple of times isn't enough. You need to use your keyword, and related phrases, anywhere it fits. In the URL, H2 headers, meta description, and even in the alt tags of your images. If you're using WordPress, Yoast can help you nail the SEO. Once you're finished inputting your content, expand the Yoast box and check out the content analysis portion for some helpful hints about what you should improve before you publish. Not only does Yoast nail big problems like missing keywords in the meta description, but it can also help you zoom in on granular issues like low keyword density to give your site an extra SEO boost. 1. Give your readers a reason to care from the first sentence. Good intros are complex. It can feel unnatural to skip right to the point. You want to provide some background, Warm the reader up and then work your way to the main topic when you feel ready. But by that point, your reader is long gone. Your website isn't literature. Site visitors aren't there for your nuanced language or slow, measured flow. They're there to get information or solve a problem, ideally by buying your product or service. And if you don't give them a reason to care about your article, they're going to get that information or solve that problem somewhere else. Our intro is a good example. The first sentence is, your website represents your company. In 5 words, we've told you why this article is essential. The rest of the intro expands that, talking about how website content writing can help, or hurt, your company. Finally, we remind you why you need us. You don't want to waste time, you want ROI. So bookmark this article and reference it when you write. Every piece of content you write should tell your readers why they should invest their time hearing what you have to say. How will what you're teaching them to help them? What goal will they accomplish with your help? Why should they care? 1. Paint a picture. Give this paragraph a read. Is it just us, or do some people talk about gay dating like it's an elaborate magic trick? Even unexperienced gay or queer persons may approach the idea of dating with the kind of abject fear one feels when opening the instructions for a new piece of IKEA furniture. Am I doing this right? They may ask themselves, months, years and even decades into their dating careers. That's the opening paragraph for a blog post we wrote for our product client titled 8 Ways Gay Dating is Just Like Straight Dating, and it's the perfect example to illustrate our point, pun intended. That point is this: creating content writing is a lot different than writing a 7th grade book report. Your audience isn't an overworked and underpaid teacher with no choice but to read your reworded Cliff's Notes on Lord of the Flies. Your audience is choosing to read your content, or to head elsewhere on the web. Imagery is a great way to capture their attention. Don't think for a second that a dull or technical topic gets you off the hook either. IKEA assembly instructions have nothing to do with gay dating, usually. Still, we used a visual to help the reader make the connection. Push yourself to add a little creative fiction to your website content writing and see how much more fun it is to read and write. 1. Do's and don'ts vs dos and don'ts. Which is correct? The latter. Nothing drives us crazier than people putting apostrophes in pluralist words. When in doubt about spelling, capitalization, or grammar, Google it. This brings us to 1. If you're not sure, look it up. There's never been a better time to learn as you go. Double-checking the words or grammar or spelling, etc. you don't know about it can help you catch mistakes and internalize the rules to write correctly without looking it up next time. If the finer grammar points elude you, you can always download the Grammarly browser extension to catch issues in real time. Don't stop with language mechanics, either. Look up a content marketing strategy, read industry blogs, study successful online social media marketing campaigns. The more time you spend thinking and picking up new information, the better you'll get. Soon, you'll be writing your blog posts about web content writing tips. OneDictionary.com is your friend, so visit the site often. You'd be amazed at how many words people misuse regularly. For instance, peruse probably doesn't mean what you think it does. In fact, it's perhaps the opposite. Never use words unless you're sure of their meaning. Bonus, follow Merriam-Webster on Twitter to level up your vocab and get the linguistic side of the news. Following a dictionary on Twitter might not seem all that exciting, but trust us, it's a quality follow. 1. Don't call a banana an elongated yellow fruit. Don't use a $3 word when a 10-cent word suffices unless you're going for the most pretentious web content writer award. Overuse of meaningless buzzwords is an excellent way to show that you have an MBA, but a lousy way to keep your readers' interest, and it makes you look bad. At the same time, you've got to write for your audience. Industry terminology is often essential for SEO, and in some cases, it can make your content clearer and more authoritative for your audience. So how can you tell when to use jargon? Look at it from your audience's perspective. If you were the reader, would a particular technical term make your web writing more readable or less? Would it clear the article or read as meaningless ornamentation? Would plain language work just as well or better? 1. Revamp posts for maximum value. Good web content gains value over time. Social media accounts share it, blogs link to it, and Google boosts its ranking as the traffic comes in. At the same time, that content also ages. Information goes out of date, the market changes and user interests change. That means there is no such thing as a set it and forget it content strategy, well, not if you're good at what you do. To get the most value out of your content, you need to watch how it performs, prioritize the blogs that do well, and revamp them to bring in new visitors. In addition to constantly analyzing social shares, pingbacks, and web traffic, you should monitor your web shares for the keywords it's currently ranking for. Thank you for all of you watching my video. If you like the video, then you like the video and post a comment.